잠깐 스트리밍이 블랙아웃이 됐어요. 그래서 화면이 깜깜해지길래 잠깐 끊었다가 다시 시작을 했어요. 그리고 얘네들이 블라드 보러 가기로 했어요. His clothes were wrinkled and his hair stood in spike. 막 정전기가 일어나서 막 하게 되는 거예요. Spikes. Her gazed up at Joshi with the big brown eyes. Okay, you can come too, he said, snapping Paul's wrist onto his collar. 얘가 누군지 모르겠네, 팔이. 강아지인가? Rose had Polly a carrot, and then they left the barn. The sun peeked through the tree, and the kids hiked across the meadow. 뭐 타고 가나? 봐요. hike라고 적혀 있어요. The tall grass was heavy with dew. Their sneakers and legs are soon soaked. Look, Rose said. Straight ahead was a soggy pile of blackened wood. 이게 타다가 말아서 그런가 봐요. 시꺼멓게 돼버린 나무들. 여기 싹이 하고 나오잖아요. 시들어 있고. The air stunk of smoke and wet ash. 젖은 재가 보이고 그거 연기 냄새 나고 그런 거 하지. The ground was even water here. There was still puddle from the firefighters' hose. Dink noticed deep footprint in the meshy trampoline grass. Why would somebody light a fire here? 여기다가 왜 불 놨을까 이런 거죠. Josh asked. Looking around, they were standing near the edge of the river road. On the other side of the road, a short bank dropped off the Indian River. Maybe they were roasting marshmallow. Rose said he found a long stick and began poking the mass of charred wood and ash. In the middle of the night, Josh asked, who is them? Interrupt. You do, Mr. Cookie Monster. Josh grinned. What's this? Rose asked. She picked up a hunk of wood and whipped it clean. It was about 6 inches long and 3 inches wide. Both ends were short, but the middle hadn't been burnt. Stamped into board with black ink where the letter ETCO. What's ETCO? Josh asked. CO could be the first two letters of Connecticut. Lucy said, or Colorado? Think about it. I wonder if someone started the fire just to get rid of this. Lucy Rose said, examining the narrow piece of wood. It would be nice to know how many letters got burned off. Dink said he, CO, could be part of lots of words like head hump or wet coat or sweet cotton candy. Josh added. The CEO could be short of corporation. Oswald suggested shoving the wood into her back pocket. I think it's time to forget Cookie. Joshi yelled. He started to run. Last one back to the barn doesn't get any. Chapter 3, Joshi burst through the barn door first. Dink and Rose barreled in right behind him. Joshi immediately pounced on the cookie tin. He opened it and gasped, gasped, call the cops. He yelled, I've been robbed. Think grinned at his friend. What they take you, your brain, Rose? Joshi said, peering into the empty cookie tin. They took my cookie. Hey, my piggy bank is missing. Rose said, I left it right on my sleeping bag. Dink popped his hand into the open of his sleeping bag. He peeked around. My manager isn't here either, he said. Josh pulled off on his sleeping bag. Now I am really mad. He said, my money shock is gone. Joshi looked at his friend. Someone snuck in here while we were gone. We're gone. He said the raccoon might have taken the cookie. Rose said, glancing around the barn. And I read that crows sometimes steal shiny coin. Think of it. Suddenly Joshi grinned. No, it wasn't a raccoon or crow, he said, wiggling his eyebrow. I think it was two little monkeys. The twin! Shouted Dick and Rose at the same time. The three kids charged out of the barn and raced across the yard. Josie stormed through the kitchen door and yelled, Freeze! Freeze! 꼼짝 마! 그런 거죠. freeze 하면은 얼음 이런 뜻인데 freeze 이렇게 하면은 멈춰! 꼼짝 마! 이런 거예요. Rain and friendly, friendly, Rain and friendly were kneeling on kitchen chair, playing with the pile of coin on the table. On the counter were Joshi's blue socks, Pink's peanut butter jar, and Rose's piggy bank. Joshi! cried Bradley. Bradley. Look, what we have found in the barn. It's bright, bright tissue. yelled Brain. 해적의 보물이야. 그렇게 얘기했어요. No, it's not. It's our treasure. Joshi growled at his little brother. Bradley made a face, but we party and nobody was there. This is a special monkey, Dink told the twin. We saved it for the ducks. Why do ducks need money? Asked Brain, as Rose explained how the money would be used to build a bridge so Mommy duck and the baby duck could cross the road safely. Okay, the twins said together. Now, what about my cookie? Josie asked, waving the cookie thing. Give me back! The two little boys erupted. It erupted in giggle. We can't they're in our stomach. Stomach. 그래서 뱃속에 있는 건 raincoat. The five kids ate breakfast and then Josh told Bradley and Brain to go wake up their parents. Dinkus cooked all their coins into the cookie tin while Joshi and Rose cleaned up. Then Joshi reached for Faye's Rishi. Phil, the Paul, 이 강아지야. Paul was already sitting by the door with his Rishi. 이거 볶음이죠, Rishi in his mouth. Smart doggy, Joshi said as he clipped the Rishi to horse collar. 칼라 이렇게 하면은 여기 목은 칼라라고요. Think rocked the happy cookie thin. Paul and the kids took Eagle Ram to Silver Circle, then crossed Main Street to the fire station. They saw Mr. Forum getting out of his cruiser in front of the station. Morning, kids, the police chief said. You're up here. You're up early. 일찍 일어났구나. He bent down and stroked Ford's soft ear. Then he held up the cookie tin. We came to make a deposit. Officer Poland glenned, Officer Poland grinned. He reached into his cruiser and pulled out a jar of coin. Me too. Did you hear about the fire last night? Miss Rose asked. Yes, I did. Officer Poland said. It was small, and I guess the fire department put it out easily. The question is, who started it? I saw a car headlight near there. Think reported, but that was before the fire. How long before? Officer Poland asked. Think thought back. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so. Officer Poland set his coin jar on the roof of his cruiser. Then he pulled out his pad, flipped it open, and made a few notes. Could this be a clue? The Rose asked if he pulled the partly burned wood from her pocket. Where did you find that resource? He asked you. We went to the scam of the fire this morning. She told him this was in the attic. Officer Poran examined the fire letter. CO is usually short for company, he said. But there should be a period after the O. BO. Maybe the period got burned off. Ruslu said. Officer Pullen made a note on his pad. Good detective work. 조사 잘했다. 그런 거지. He said to Ruslu. Joshi eyes ripped off. Maybe the wood was from Matsu Casey. He said, don't pet Cobra. They all laughed. Well, let's our money so we can save those stuff. 그 머리들을 구해야지 이런가요? 그치? Let's our money so we can save those stuff. Officer Purr said, slipping his notebook into the pocket and reaching for his manager. They walked into the fire station together. Somewhere a radio played softly. A clock on the rear wall said 9 o'clock. The green run fire engine was parked on concrete floor. Next to it was a smaller truck with the rescue written on both doors. On the back wall were 3 doors. Gray metal rocker stood along another wall. Below the rocker was a row of rubber boots. Paul walked over and sniffed a foot. Hello, Officer Purron called out. Anybody home? One of the doors opened. A man wearing a dark blue uniform stepped out. Who's here? Who's there? He said. Officer Purron and some friends. The police chief said, rattling his jar full of coin. We brought more money. Think head up the cookie thin. This is getting heavy, he said. Great. The man said, come on back here. 그거가 이렇게 오리 모양인데 오리 모양 저금통에 마을 사람들이 돈을 모으나 봐. 뒤쪽에 있어요. 파이어 스테이션 뒤쪽에 있나 봐요. The kids and Officer Purren joined the man at the rear of the firehouse. The man walked over to another of the door. He shoved it open and stepped aside. Right in here, he said. Through the door, Dink could see a rug, a TV set, and several comfortable-looking chairs. Where's the bank? Josh asked, peering around the man, standing in the corner right where it's always been. The man said, turning to look into the room, except that the dark bank wasn't standing in the corner. The dark bank wasn't anywhere in the room. 챕터 3까지 읽었는데요. 그러니까 얘네들이 소방서에 돈 갖다 내려왔는데 거기 있어야 되는 자리에 없었어요. 와. 아마도 이거 불 지른 사람이 오리들이 지나다니는 그 뭐죠? 다리? 우리나라에는 생태다리라고 하기도 하는데 그 생태교를 만들지 못하게 하려고 없애버렸나 봐요. 챕터 한 챕터 정도 더 읽을까 봐요. Chapter 4. I can't believe it. The man said that bank was here last night. I know because I put money in it. Could anyone have moved it to different spot in the firehouse? Officer Polan asked. The man shook his head. We kept it here in the TV lounge so everyone would be reminded to drop coin in. Plus, the thing weighed a ton. 엄청 무겁죠. 1톤이 넘는단 말이죠. Officer Poland handed Joshi his jar of coin and took out a notebook. Did you put out that middle fire last night? 어, 이거가 이제 불 지른 거, 어제 불 지른 거에 대한 질문이에요. The man shook his head. No, that would been Jake and Lenny. 제이크랑 레니가 갔죠. Officer Poland wrote in his notebook, where would I find them? The firefighters smiled. Here's nothing in the other room. He said they should be getting up any time now. Have them give me a call after they are awake. Officer Poland said, slipping his notebook into a pocket. No problem, the man answered. Officer Poland and the kids worked outside, parade next to the cruiser with his head on his big front paw. I just thought of something. Pink said, maybe whoever lit the fire last night did it to get the man out of the firehouse. I had the same thought, Officer Polar said. The fire could have been a diversion. Yes. 함정? 아니면 유인하기 위한 어떤 거? diversion. So she said, so they could sneak in here when no one was around and steal the bank. Who would do such a lousy thing? 엄청 무거운 걸 어떻게 했어요? 누가 그러겠어요? Russell said someone who robbed money and hated dog. So she said, could it have been the car I saw last night? Pink said, I saw those headlights right before the fire. Very possibly. Officer Puran said an elderly man walked past with a dog on a leash. The man was tall and thin. The dog was short and round. They both had white hair, fur wind and waited, wait, wait, his tail back and forth. The man read his little dog wagged over the over to Paul. Hello, the man said. This is Randolph. Randolph, is your boss at? Friendly. Josh nodded. Paul likes everyone. Paul sniffed the little dog, then licked his face. Randolph rolled over and wiggled his whole body. Any trouble here? The man asked, looking curiously at Officer Curran, just investigating a possible theft. Officer Curran said the man raised his bushy white eyebrow. Would it have anything to do with the crazy driver I saw last night? Hmm, he asked. Officer Curran took out his notebook again and flipped it open. Please tell me what you saw. A fire engine woke me sometime after 1 o'clock, he said, so I took Randolph outside for some fresh air. We were at the corner of Indian Way Road when a jeep came tearing past us up Main Street. The man held his hand a foot apart. Mrs. Randolph by them much. Obscurum began writing in his notebook. You are Mr. Sades, Sades, Sades Pocket. 이름 되게 이상해. Sades Pocket. The man said, number 10 Indian Way Road. Were you able to read the jeep's license plate, Mr. Pocket? Mercy, no. The man said it was speeding much too fast. Did you happen to notice the driver? Officer Curran asked. Mr. Pocket shook his hand. I'm sorry, my eyesight isn't wonderful anymore. Well, there were two men in the jeep, but I don't remember the driver. Officer Curran closed his notebook and began to put it away. Anyway, Mr. Pocket, you've been very helpful. But I do remember the man sitting beside the driver. Mr. Pocket went on. You do? Officer Curran opened his notebook again. Mr. Pocket grinned. Yes, but only because he was so old looking. The man in the passenger seat looked just like a giant duck. Think Joshi and Rose exchanged glances. Chapter 5. Officer Foreign was still looking at Mr. Pocket. The man looked like a duck. Can you explain to Mr. Pocket? Mr. Pocket smiled. I noticed a shiny head and a dark beak. Now I realize it. That man must have had a shaved head and a red nose. Officer Foreign danced with the pocket and wrote down his phone number. The man and do- his dog continued their work. That guy driving the jeep must have been the chief. Joshi blurted out. The dog bank was in the passenger seat. When Mr. Park saw the jeep and the driver had probably just sold the bank and was making his getaway, and was making his getaway. Crossroads did there. Officer Poland walked over to his cruiser. I will get word out to watch for a jeep carrying a dog, he said. Would you mind holding on to our money? Think asked. He stepped over to the cruiser and handed Officer Poland the hook kissed him. And here you're back. Joshi returned Officer Poland's jar. Will do, Officer Poland said, setting both container on the seat. Don't worry, we will get our dog Richie built yet. He climbed into the car and pulled away down Main Street. That crow could be anywhere by now, Ing said. He started walking toward the corner of Main and River Road. It makes me so mad. Mr. Rose said the town has been saving up for a year, and now we have to start all over again. The kids crossed the river road and sat in the grass above the river bank. Paul looked at the family of duck heading in the wind. The duck headed quickly away toward the other side. Maybe Officer Perrin will find him. Ink said, I don't know how, Joshi said. The ship could be hundreds of miles away by now. Well, we still have this, Miss Rose said, holding up the chunk of wood stamp with the ETCO. This letter must mean something. Josh picked up a stone and tossed it into the river. The kids watched the stone sink to the sandy bottom. Any idea? Dinky asked. Yeah, let's go to Alice. 앨리네 나가자. 앨리네 집 가자. So she said, milkshake always help me think better. Joshi, we have to focus on finding the money. Miss Rhodes said, think of those baby duck. Okay, but we don't have a plan. Joshi said, think checked his watch. Why don't we see if the firemen who were on the duty last night are up yet? He suggested. Good idea, Rose said. Maybe they saw a chief when they were coming back from the fire. With Paul reading, the kids walked back into the fire station. A tall man was whipping the rescue truck with a cross a mug of coffee rested on the truck's hood. Morning, he said. Yanni, good morning, he said. Are you are you one of the night firemen? Did you hear about the robbery? Robbery? Josh asked before the man could answer Dick's question. The man nodded. My name's Jack. He said, I'm really bummed that someone stole that dark money. He picked out his copy and sat on the truck's front bumper. Rennie and I were gone putting out a fire in the middle. It turned out to be small, probably left burning by some camper. Officer Foreign think the cook said it. Joshi said, we figured he did it to get you to leave the house. Dink said, I saw some handwriting near where the fire was set last night, and a man walking his dog saw a jeep speeding on Main Street. Rose added, he saw the dark bank in the jeep. Jack must head off. Really? By any chance, did you pass a jeep on River Road? Josh asked. Jack shook his head. Didn't see any vehicle going or coming back. Did you see anyone hanging around here? Rose asked. Jack rounded down and gave Paul's ear a gentle rub. Not last night, but a few days ago, some guy was poking around in here. He was our bathroom, then left. Did he see the dark bank? Ingrid asked. Probably. The thing's pretty hard to miss. Jack said. Do you remember what he looked up like? Hmm, Josh asked. Jack shrugged. Big guy. As tall as me, but heavier. He said. Oh, and his ears really stuck out. Looked like he had two overgrown mushroom. 이게 왜 기아 눈이지? Glued his head. 책 파이프까지 넣었고요. 그 오리 저금통이 사라졌습니다. 그런데 이제 아마 경험상 봤을 때 이게 챕터 10 혹은 9까지 있는 책이라 챕터 6부터 시작해가지고 누가 훔쳐갔는지에 대한 윤곽이라는 것 같아요. 이 책은 챕터 11까지 있는데요. 어쨌든 오늘은 챕터 5까지 봤습니다.